What's going on, you guys? My name is KF Hugsy, also known in the Scrolls community as Fluffastiltskin, and we're going to be taking a look at the 3 new scrolls coming out in 0.94.3, and there's one for each resource: growth, order, and energy, and we're going to take a look at them as well as what the Scrolls fans has to say about them and what I think about them. So ignore the rest of this. haven't actually gotten the scrolls just yet. I guess not too many people have. I guess some of you guys have, but so we're gonna take a look at them here. One thing to note is that the growth and the order are both uncommon, but the energy is common, and that's confusing to me, and we'll talk about that in just a second. So let's just jump right in here. Growth has a 3 cost, and order has a 1 cost, and energy has a 1 cost. I think energy is the best, but of course I play energy, so I'm biased. So the growth is a 3 growth cost called, now I'm going to try to pronounce that, I don't know. Screw it. It's something with an N. So end card, it's a 3/2/2, so attacks every 2 turns, 3 attack, 2 health. When it comes into play, for each resource type your opponent has, increase that resource by 1. So basically, if you're playing against a multicolored deck and they have 2 different types of resources, then you increase both of those types of resources by 1, I believe. Did they explain that? Yeah, increase that resource for yourself by 1. So if you're playing against, even against someone else, like if I'm just playing against growth versus growth, it's going to increase my growth by 1. If I'm playing growth, energy, order, I think it's going to increase my growth, energy, and order by 1. I'm not sure on that, and they don't clarify here. But I would assume that's what it means. So this will be really good in the multicolor, whenever they add in more multicolor scrolls. So that'll be good. Overall, it's decent. I mean, it's a 3 cost, a 3 attack is the only reason that it's meh, but it's only got 2 health, so it's going to get sparked away at 2 cost. It'll get burned. As far as order goes, it'll still get flipped around and pushed back. I don't really think it'll get pushed back, to be honest with you, at 2 health. I don't think it's a big target. Plus, if you push it back, then it's going to get the ability again. So, but it can definitely get burned. It's not really anything to worry about as a creature, but I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't really see why it's an uncommon. Maybe because of the ability and they're looking forward to future expansions. I don't know. So then we go over to the order, which is efficiency. It's a spell. Target unit gains +1 attack until the end of turn. If that unit kills another unit this turn, increase energy by 1. So again, they're going for the multicolor in both of these. Gains +1 attack to the end of turn. Not really that great for +1 attack, considering focus I think also costs 1 and gives you +3 attack. But this says if this unit kills another unit this turn, increase energy by 1. So there's where that 1 cost comes effective. So it's good, but again, it's only going to be played in order energy decks, which we're not seeing a ton of just yet, but I mean, there's a few out there. So, and the last but not least, here's the common energy card, which I think is incredible right now. I'm going to be running 3 of them in my deck as soon as I get them. 1 cost. This is what makes this so good, is it only costs 1. Dust Runner, creature, human tribesman, 1/2/2, so attacks every 2 turns, 1 attack, 2 health. So far, it's a good turn 1 drop. Here's what gets better. First of all, it's a ranged attack. That alone is incredible. For a 1 cost, incredible. And then, we get, when Dust Runner deals damage to a creature with 3 or less health, that creature is destroyed. So of course, it won't get around like platings, it won't get around a lot of things that reduce damage. It's not going to do anything to it, like obviously it's not going to kill a cannon anyways, because that's 3 or more health, unless it gets damaged. But the reason this is so good is because the scrolls mechanics say, they don't, your creatures don't heal at the beginning of the turn. So even if you beat it down with someone else, at 1 attack, it's destroying anything that's 3 or less health. So that's actually incredible. I don't understand why this is a common. My only concern is that it's not an early game, really much of an early game, because it's only got 2 health, so it'll die. But you sack it early game, you play it late game, instead of like a useless contraption, for example. Drop this in 2 turns, kills the small guys. Absolutely incredible. I don't understand why it's a common. Of course, you do have to protect it, but for 1 cost, I mean, who cares if it dies? It's 2 health for 1, and it's ranged, which is incredible, and then the ability is ridiculous. So, anyways, that's my opinion. Let's see what they say. Very handy. This is the N. Very handy in the mid to late game, especially against resource opponents, so very generic. Very handy for multi-resource. Yeah, so while strong against low health targets, the runner is quite vulnerable himself. Be sure to protect him. So, I think the Dust Runner is definitely the best of these. These are from multicolor decks. The Dust Runner is going to be really, 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 really good. Energy's already pretty good, but now this is going to help us delay even longer. So I like this. But that's my opinion, guys. Be sure to post in the comments what you think about them. And until next time, it's KFOG out.